Hey, what's up guys? So back in the days when headphone jacks and bezels were still a thing, the OG Oneplus was launched with the tagline "The Flagship Killer." It lived up to its name and was very successful, but let's see how it holds up in 2018. So the one I have with me is quite old and scuffed because I've used it quite a lot as my daily driver. Mind you, the screen is not actually cracked, but it's a tempered glass screen protector. Otherwise, it's in good condition with that awesome sandstone black finish. The 1080p screen is better than what you'd get with most budget devices as it's vibrant, bright and with punchy colors. The phone does have some thick bezels, but personally I really dig the design, something far better than the iPhone clones we get to see nowadays. Talking about performance, the Snapdragon 801 holds up really well paired with 3GB of RAM. Everyday use is pretty smooth regardless of what ROM you're using. The RAM management is good, meaning that many apps will be held in the task manager for longer periods of time, without you having to restart any app. Almost all games work on this, however for heavy games you might need to lower the graphics settings. The phone usually gets really hot near the top camera area during intensive tasks, which is a bummer. Overall, the performance is pretty similar to any mid-range smartphone you can get in 2018. Moving on to the camera, we get 13 megapixels for the rear and 5 at the front. The camera does take some awesome clicks provided adequate lighting conditions, with good color, details and contrast. In low lights, the images usually suffer from grain, and that's where the price really starts to show. The same can be said for the front-facing camera. For video, the rear can shoot up to 4K DCI and 240ps at 480p, while the front can shoot in 1080p. There is no optical image stabilization available, so if you're moving a lot then the video may appear shaky. However, for video resolutions depend on the ROM you're using. Like the shots won't blow you away, but you can get away with them. It has dual mono speakers at the bottom, which do get pretty loud and actually sound really good. They sound better than most of the flagships you get today. There are mods available to convert it to stereo by using the earpiece as the second speaker. The part that I think has degraded the worst is the battery. It has a decent 33mAh battery, but it hasn't held up really well. Like back in the day, I would easily get about 4 to 5 hours screen on time with moderate use. Now I barely get 3 hours of screen on time. There's no fast charging available, but most of the kernels have enabled it through software by making it charge quicker. But I think that battery life is like the weakest point for this phone. The best part I like about not only the Oneplus One but all OnePlus devices is the community support. The OnePlus and XDA forums are always active with new mods, ROMs, hacks and solutions. On this OnePlus One I'm currently running .os 1.2 that's based on Android 7.1.2. It's a great ROM with many customization features and has amazing performance. Before this, I may have flashed over 20 different ROMs, including even Android Oreo builds that were stable. On this phone, flashing seems very easy and quick with no major issues. Overall, I feel that the OnePlus One has held up really well. Like most devices usually feel outdated even after 2 years, and here's the OnePlus One 4 years later, and that's saying a lot considering it's a mid-range or budget smartphone. You can see why it was very successful when it was launched. Now it doesn't mean that I'm telling you to go out and buy it, but if you have one, I guess you could use it as the perfect backup phone or one that you can carry out all different sorts of experiments on.